Hello, my fellow fish friends. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. And my fleet strength right now is 633. And it should go up to, I don't know, about 700 maybe once it's all upgraded or so. And I have completed my espionage against Themlar. So we now know that our technological level is equivalent and our economy level is equivalent. I just don't know about the fleet power. I haven't investigated enough. Oh, Byron again? Alright, two systems named Byron would be really confusing, so let me re-roll that. Megahoof? Yeah, Megahoof, you can be a scientist and a system. That's fine. Congrats on... It's actually a pretty good bottleneck system, too.
Land ho! A new colony is underway.
So, Chelsea Prime just got initial colonized. And then I am obviously going to make great effort to try to get to Carenza, because Carenza is a potentially golden world for me. Chelsea Prime's a very small world, but if I get Hydrocentric Ascension perk, I can improve it. I can bring this up from 5 to 8. If I want, I could just name them Megahoof? Sure. Oh, and there is my scientists. So here's the scientist faction. I like to rename them, so it's very obvious what they are. Militarists and materialists. And if you check up here, about 62%, I can expect about 62% of my population to embrace this ethic, and about 38% of materialists, but currently it's 41 and 32. So there's low adoption of the ethics. But what's happening is because... So the way these work is like, they'll have specific demands. So like right now, the militarists want me to wage conquest and want me to be the overlord of people. And if I was, their approval rate would go up, and then my influence would go up as a result. So the more you satisfy your factions, the more influence you'll get. And influence can be used, of course, to claim enemy systems and to expand your territory and all that. It's a very, very important resource. So trying to keep your factions happy is great. Now, if you don't like to deal with the factions, you can do what Zero did over here, whoever they are, Epsilon aliens, and where they're Gestalt consciousness, they're hive-minded. Hive-minded means they don't have factions at all. So there's no one to satisfy or anything like that. Oh, this scientist stop and jump. So they annex this system, and as soon as I make contact with them, if they close their borders, Morty Crow would be booted out of the system and sent all the way back home, which would suck. So I'm having him bail on surveying there, because it would be a problem. Now, actually, I'm going to have you go north. My guess is they already annexed here, and I'm not going to be able to cut them off from going this way, but I'd like to know that for sure. So I'm sending them up north to determine that. Okay, we're done refitting.
Has been refitted.
And it's a 1K fleet now. Actually, before I was looking at Small Street, because I'm an idiot. So I don't know how much it jumped by, but a 1K fleet this early on is a pretty strong fleet. Oh, even more gifted subs. Oh boy. It's too many now. It's just too many. What? Oh, I no longer can afford to... That's not true. Well, thank you for all that. You're the December patron. Hot subs are not allowed. It'd be pretty self-serving to say that I can combine that. Alright, Petrable, you got additional physics research here from an anomaly. And I'm going to have Tremontaine, because he's good at researching anomalies, just keep uncovering the anomalies here. With Banished Puppet just figuring out what systems I have here. God, I wish I knew their fleet strength. Because I would totally go to war with them. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? Small Street. Build a crew quarters here. I'm going to dry dock at Small Street, which is closer to the action than at Cetus Prime. And then what I will eventually do is change the buildings here from crew quarters to something else. Resource silos don't require upkeep, so that would be cheaper.
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
Oh, interesting. They have not annexed a skill. Oh, no, they have. They have. Okay, get out of there. Stranded scientist. The wreckage of an asteroid has remains of a vessel. Is she Andromeda Mao? What else? Yeah, let's let her. Well, how about you guys vote? Here, poll. Choice 1 or 2. So we can either let her join our cause or leave her. If we let her join our cause, we'll have another leader, a science leader. If we leave her, Tremontaine gains. There's a 50% chance that Tremontaine gains adaptable, which has him level up faster, or there's a 50% chance that he gains paranoid, which has him research anomalies slower, which is he is our anomaly researcher. So that would be kind of a terrible thing to have happen. It would negate his benefit. You guys obviously want her to join. It's 100%. So I'll say yes. Thanks for voting so fast. So here she is. Oh, and she was great. So she is a level 6 scientist who's only 39 years old, who's a genius in computing. Holy cow. All right, I'm going to put her in as my physics researcher because I would be crazy not to. And then we have one scientist, and she's going to be named... hang on, I'm going to reset eligibilities here. She's going to be named after one of you guys. Harmonious. All right, I'm going to truncate your name because it's so long. She's going to be named Harmonious, which works for me. And then one scientist got booted, which was Waffle Fortress. So Waffle Fortress, you are going to get your own science ship, and we'll have you go survey and stuff.
Intellectual booty.
All right, Spicy Jazz, what to research? I'm going to research admin capacity because I am 47 out of 50 for Empire Sprawl. So having additional admin capacity would be pretty handy. Would be pretty necessary. And another question I want to ask is, what soundtrack to use? Mine or Stellaris's? If you wanted to change the pace. The soundtrack I put together is 2.5 hours long, so it would be a whole nother hour before you started to hear repeat songs, but figured I'd ask. Alright, I'm shuffling some resources around to get Tarvent Valen, which is the one that I said was really important for me to not get cut off. And our research into physics technologies is furthered because of holy cow, what just... Okay, so we discovered Iota aliens in Nivan over here, and they are hostile alien vessels. But she just gave us a whole bunch of physics research for free. So what did she give us? She gave us faster surveying speed and the ability to automatically survey. And also she gave us better sensors. Oh boy, what a boon. Alright, I just called, I called my 2 remaining dogs that are here, see if they want treats. So with the additional sensors, we're going to... Oh, and here is Waffle Fortress's. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Waffle Fortress to go excavate Chelsea's site there. Hi, Tusk. Hey, puppy. Hi, space puppy. Echo. I'll see if Echo shows up.
A system has been charted.
Yeah, those are some nice gifts. She is going to be quite the boon to our laser tech. Oh, hi, Echo. Hopping up. Hopping up. Here you go, girl. 2 space puppies. Yeah, isn't it cool that they float? Who needs gravity? Just sit down. Sit down. Just stay a while. You want to hold my hand? That's fine. I can beat Themlier with one hand pawed behind my back. Alright, you guys want my soundtrack. Cool. Right. And Echo's already gone. The rare Echo. Yeah, I have to beg her. I have to say the TREAT word for her to show up. Else she does not. So if I get Tar Vellum, that's not good enough. What I need is, oh, we just discovered the 001 Savants. I'm just going to... I'm going to be neutral with them. I would like to start espionage, but we have first contact protocols with some other people. So I think most importantly is Zeta Aliens. Because Zeta Aliens, I suspect, are another empire. Whereas the first contact protocols for here is an enclave, and for here is the space amoebas. And those aren't nearly as important as an empire. But this scientist here, if I really want to lock in Mega Hoof with even more gifted subs, oh my god. If I really want to lock in the 001s, getting whatever this system is here so that I have them blocked from coming west would be really, really powerful. Let's call it an Iron Curtain. And Waffle Fortress with gifted subs as well. Thank you, guys. Tusky, you happy? You happy? Maybe I can get her to bark. Let's see. There she goes.
They wish to speak with us.
Oh, these 001s want an embassy with us. You decide. Should we set up an embassy? So an embassy helps to establish rapport. Right now they are wary of us, so we have neutral relations that are falling. They're falling about 10 per month. If we build up an embassy, it helps to neutralize relationships so they're not a potential enemy. Now, the thing is, they are machine intelligence. They're not good nor evil. I don't really know that much about them. I don't know what their civics are. But they could potentially be an ally, or at least a supporter for us in becoming Galactic Emperor. But, whereas these guys just have to die. The Themlar just have to die. So you guys get to vote on that. I'll put a little timer on that. But now we can see the extent of their borders. Obviously, they're going to be allowed to go north unchecked. But if I do my homework, I can stop them from coming west, which is currently my my focus.
We grow ever stronger.
All right, so Small Streets Anchorage is fully built, and I'm going to move what station my ship's dry dock at and replace this with a resource silo. Oh, we're almost out of jobs here. Let me quickly build another industrial district. My food's okay. My minerals are a little low, actually. I should invest a little bit in minerals. One other way to invest in minerals is to get another construction ship and roll that out. So I'll do that too. And you guys say, yes, do the embassy. All right, so now that I've established an embassy with them, as you can see, my relationship with them won't necessarily drop month over month. Whoa, 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 whoa. This system has 3 worlds in it. Hello. I definitely want to annex that. Even more reason to race towards that, too. So, the current priority now is spy on Themlar and block 0 from coming west. Do I use the home base function? You mean, this? The go to home?
We grow ever stronger.
Because if so, not normally. I don't find an occasion to use it. Okay, and we found another archaeological site at Polagar. And Tara Valum needs an owner, so it is... Hey, Repo, you get 2 things now. You are a cruiser, or a corvette, and a solar system. Waffle Fortress is heading out to Moonbump. It has a difficulty of 3. Waffle Fortress is a level 2, so it's not a perfect matchup, but it's good enough. And then I have a new construction ship that will allow me to build things that I had to skip over for the interest of racing to the edge. With my horrible start here, pinned in on all sides. No, like, imagine if you were Themlar. You could go west, you could go east, you could go south. You had 3 different directions. For me, I just had one direction, which was run! Like fire in a theater, right? So, I had to skip over getting a whole bunch of resources. If I hold left alt, you can see I skipped a whole bunch of stuff in the interest of speed. But now I'm trying to fill it back in because I'm not so panicked. Hey, Trustin, it's going pretty well, dude. I had a really terrible start, like I was just explaining, but I've made up with it with survey and annex speed and aggression. I have a very naughty neighbor, though, that I have to be cautious of. My naughty neighbor is a fanatical purifier butterfly. I like how the butterfly has, like, what seems to be, well, what obviously is skulls on their wall. Totally normal. Totally normal. Oh, I can't wait to kill them. Alright, the 001 savants are... Oh, and new aliens, too. So... This is... Okay, this is another empire. They're somewhat close to Carenza, which is a bit concerning. But here are the Lambda aliens that are up this direction. I knew I was going to eventually find someone. So basically we have a full... This is sort of the annexable territory that I have for me right now. This bubble. I'm not going to be able to go past here without a war. I'm not going to be able to go north without a war. I'm not going to be able to go east without a war. So we have a very finite amount of territory that we can play with now, which is fine. I actually pick small galaxies with a lot of AI nations so that we have a lot of war by design. Because you can set up Stellaris so that you have a huge galaxy of like 1,000 solar systems and only one enemy empire, and you could probably play for like 8 hours before even finding that other empire, right? Like, there's different ways to play. You can set up your galaxy in different ways. So if you like the discovery, the expansion, the exploration, you can set your galaxy up that way. I like blowing ships up, so I set up my my galaxy to blow up a lot of ships. because that's how to become Galactic Emperor. And at some point soon, I'm going to have the chance to start getting involved with the galactic community. I'm not quite there yet, but it is coming.
We grow ever stronger. Space charts updated.
Okay, so Safaban here, right next to my homeworld, has pretty good trade value. That would be a choice for me to sort of capitalize on. And I found an alien barracks. This alien barracks is one of the precursor.
A new colony has been founded.
And there, Chelsea Prime has been built. So if we take a look at Chelsea Prime, they have the possibility of having a whole lot of agricultural districts. So this is probably going to be a rural agro world, because it only has the possibility of 1 mining, 3 generator, and 5 industrial. All worlds will have the possibility of max industrial. There's no limiting factor there. So this planet is definitely going to be best used agriculturally. So that's how I'm going to invest in it. And then as I start to grow my food on Chelsea Prime, I'm going to divest in agriculture on my homeworld to invest in other more important resources. The last playthrough you had on Stellaris, you had the maximum star map, and it was ridiculously big. Yeah. Oh no, Morty! Why, Morty? Why? He just became paranoid. Well, that's fine. He's not a researcher, and he's not an anomaly analyzer. He has seen too many things. He's looked.
Project done. Not so special.
Oh, so this wasn't a precursor. This was just an alien barrack to analyze. But it did level up Tremontaine and gave him the military theory expertise. So he has 3 different traits now, which is pretty cool. Is it possible to make a planet bigger? Yes. There's multiple ways to make a planet bigger. There tends to be Ascension perks. So there are 2 ways to do it. If you're ocean, like me, you could do the hydrocentric. This. And that gives you an ability to make your planets a little bit bigger. And then another one is Master of Nature. Master of Nature allows you to also make planets a bit bigger as well. So if you guys vote on it, once I have my traditions. In fact, I'm getting my, well, how do we do that? I'm going to put up a poll right now. First, perk. So my first Ascension perk I'll get when I complete Discovery. And I'm just going to put down some of the choice. I can't put them all down because the poll can only have up to like 8 options. But I'm going to start putting them down. So, technological. I wish it wasn't so many letters, because I have to type it all. But technological ascendancy. So what that does is it gives 10% research speed. It also allows you to find rare techs at a bit of higher rate. 1 vision, which is unity and governing ethics primarily. Governing ethics, what that does is it has people attracted to the ethics of your empire, which for us would be militarist and materialist. So if we had other factions here, it would drive people to our governing ethics, because there will sometime down the line be other factions. Like if I kill off enough of the Themlar, I might end up with some xenophobes, for instance. Or if I create a federation with a 0-1, I might end up with some xenophiles or something like that. So that's just for an instance. Some of the other perks here that I could choose, I guess I'll include Master of Nature, Mastery of Nature, which makes planets bigger, I guess. We also have, I could save up for hydrocentric. I'm not going to be able to get hydrocentric immediately because it requires you to have the tech of terrestrial sculpting, which is terraforming. But I could save up for hydrocentric. Water, worlds. get better. And then... Enigmatic engineering might be a decent one to do as well. So what that does, enigmatic engineering makes it more difficult for enemy empires to steal your technology. And when they blow up your ships, they can't break down the debris of your ships to understand the technology that you've used. So I guess that's tech protection. It prevents... So I'll give you for instance. If I'm using coil gun level 2 against Themlar, and they blow up my fleet, they can't then analyze the remnants of my fleet to unlock coil gun research. So here is the first Ascension perk poll. Sorry it took so long. I just want to explain the options that I am providing, and I'll leave that up for 5 minutes.
We grow ever stronger.
Oh, and here is a giveaway. Hey, Cowley, of something else named after you. So what I want to do is I want to race towards this system that has 3 planets, because that's going to be really powerful. Another thing is Chelsea is not in my core sector, so I'm going to create a sector for Chelsea and install a governor in it. Oh, I also have a huge loss of minerals, so I'm going to have to address that. Chelsea, I'm going to give you an agrarian governor because you're going to be an agrarian planet. What is going on with my minerals, dude? Jesus. Here. One way to do it is just to prioritize mining as a occupation, and that will solve that temporarily. I think what ended up happening was I created another industrial district, and miners moved over to the industrial district, and then all of a sudden I was at a mineral minimum. But I've since fixed it. Hunthor, thank you for the resub, and Stutash for the resub as well.
We are being contacted by aliens.
Okay, so I figured out the Tenyaki, which was, they were Tenyaki. Oh, okay. I thought it was an enemy empire up here, but it was actually just Tenyaki. So this is definitely an empire. The Lambda aliens is 100% an empire, because I can see that they have an outpost. So I'll figure out who they are. So I'll know my 3 direct neighbors. I thought there was a 4th up here, but I was mistaken. So I don't know how far
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
I don't know how far that Themlar can go up this way before they... You know, I don't know how they're expanding, because I can't really see. But I'm definitely interested to know, you know, how much wiggle room they have, because I know how pinned in I am. That's for sure. So I do have the influence now for this outpost, and then I'm going to go to Oswamade or whatever it's called. So as soon as I get Fianifa, this system, I'm going to have this surveyor Megahoof turn back and start to fill in the blanks back here, because I'm not going to be able to colonize past this because there's already an empire there. And here's another precursor. So I have 2 more precursor on the map. I have one at Istora and one at... Oh, dang. God, there's some really good planets back there. Triple planet Trappist and a Savannah world. Tech Ascendancy is amazing, yes. The thing about Hydrocentric is I need to get some basic terraforming tech first before I can actually even use Hydrocentric, so it's not something that I can use immediately. Hey, I just finished the Habitable World survey, which is to survey 8 worlds that are not my own. So that's done. So what was... Yeah, it was these worlds that we started to survey. And survey there is done, so I'm going to keep surveying around. I'm also going to blacklist this system. So by doing that, you just click this button down here. And what that does is, and I'll also black this here. What that does is it makes it so that ships will never go there. because these have hostiles that would blow up my ships. So they, by blacklisting the area, or I guess redlining, although that has a lot of racial, but whatever, it turns it red. We don't go there automatically, and I'm going to do that with over here as well, because there's hostiles over there as well, and at Yad Bem as well. So there's 4 systems now that I will be avoiding. Well, we're about to have a new system, Walinga, to be raffled off, and then this one is going to be pretty important because there's 3 planets there. So there's going to be a lot of things to be named after whoever wins that. Exciting. So here we are, Discovery, finished up, and although it's a few seconds early, you guys want Technological Ascendancy. So the full benefit of Technological Ascendancy is rare technologies appear higher, and our research speed goes up. Once you pick an Ascension perk, you can't change it. It's forever. And there we are. We got our perk. So if we take a look at my science, I might have to wait till the end of the month, but you'll be able to see that I get more science from technological. Here it is, Technological Ascendancy, additional 10% off the top for science per month, which is great, because if I can scientifically race past my enemies, I can out-tech them and my ships become more powerful than theirs. All good things to have. A desiccated world. So there's an archaeological site that I'm just not going to be able to get before the end. Oh, the enemies are already there.
Updated.
All right, Banished Puppet. I'm going to have you come home and aid and assist research at Cetus Prime. Which will increase the amount of science I get as well. I'm just trying to pour in the science. Here at Chelsea Prime, I am going to invest, oddly enough, in admin offices. The reason for the admin offices is I'm above my Empire Sprawl, which means that I'm going to have a slightly higher cost for technology and traditions, and I don't want that. So, for the building here, I'm going to have admin offices, which increase my Empire Sprawl. And as you can see, I stopped my race for Carenza because I don't think Carenza's at threat from being annexed before I get there, and I'm trying to go to Ausmaid or whatever it's called. But here's the new system, and it's going to be named. Hey, Randall, you get something else. A little pro tip here: people that chat often are eligible because it's whoever's been active in chat the last 10 minutes. I'd like Takaram, but Takaram, has nice trade value and whatever, but it's not necessary. So I'm trying to go after the musts, the must-have first.
Ledger of situations amended.
And this system looks pretty boring. So Mega Hoof, when you're done there, turn back around and keep surveying. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to get up to Polygar. Everything past Polygar seems kind of like blah to me. So once I get this system here, which will be in just seconds,
Space charts updated.
I'm going to make a race for Polygar. Polygar has a archaeological dig, and also is a nice bottleneck to prevent whoever these guys are from invading me. The problem is, if I go to war with these guys, we're right next to each other, but the only valid path is to go all the way around. So if they attack me, it will take my fleet a very long time to get there, which means that they can do a lot of damage before I arrive, which is just annoying. Oh, and that's not an Elgate. Okay.
We grow ever stronger.
This is another bottleneck that I would like to expand towards, because gateways are great, and this is a whole section of stars that I might be able to fill into. So here's the progress for Waffle Fortress's archaeological dig, and he's doing pretty good. He's already passed chapter 1, granting us 3 artifacts, and he's off to chapter 2. And right now, I can get this triple planet system under my belt.
We grow ever stronger.
Now, the question for you all, I have my own personal preferences, but which way to prioritize? West or south? So west would be to Carenza, which is a very habitable planet, or south would be to this sector here. I know the limits of this sector. I don't know the limits of this one. So you can vote, and I'm, I could do a 2.5 minute poll there. There we go. So I have completed the goal of blocking Zero from coming west. So right now the goal is to spy on Themlar and expand. Because I got here before they did. Where we are on the larger galactic map, we're right next to the core at about 4 o'clock. Also, if you haven't chatted in a while and you want up to 3 planets named after you,
special project is finished.
be chatting. Okay, so I have made contact with a sentient life force or whatever sentient beings here in this gas giant, and they want my help to resettle somewhere else. The problem is you guys are currently voting in this poll, so I'm going to have to close this poll early, and you guys say go west by small margin. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Some of these aren't terminal. Some of these are just questions. So let me read this real quick. Finally, we met Spacefarer. We are the Dathnak, and the planet you are orbiting is Tolok Rong, our ancestral home. It is always riveting to meet a solid, because we're solid and they're gaseous. Even if our last encounter with your kind was somewhat problematic, you have no doubt detected the radiation surges coming from our atmosphere. Kolok Rong is dying, and our species will perish unless we find a new home. We have identified a planet that would suit our physiology, but we have no means to get there. Sadly, our non-corporeal nature means we don't have much in the way of industry or technology. Will you help us? So what they're asking is for me to relocate them with my scientists from one gas giant to another. One important thing to note is I can never colonize gas giants. So they're never going to take a planet that I want to colonize. So I'm not necessarily competing with them. I can just help them. And it looks like you guys want to help them locate.
There is new information in the situation log.
Okay. What's interesting is they're just locating to one gas giant over. Okay. That's pretty easy. Sure. Whatever. That's... Normally it's like a different system or whatever, but here it's just like, DoorDash. All right. Works for me. And then the current priority here is expand westward. You guys voted on west. So we'll try to get Carenza and all that jazz. So this system here, this construction ship, once it builds a mining station at whatever this is going to be named, is going to go to Astora and head west.
Technology secured.
All lasers are done. I'm going to go with basic combat rolls because we're going to get that really quickly. Because it's a computing technology. So this person adds 25% additional research to basic combat rolls, giving us basic combat rolls very early on. And then with the upgrade here, that allows us to have blue lasers. So if you take a look at our ships, they now have blue lasers. And let's do that. I'm going to send my fleet back to Cetus Prime or to the Kakata shipyard to get blue lasers and then restation at Small Street.
We grow ever stronger.
Dr. Nucleus, thank you for the sub. And good luck in this. Good luck in the raffle here in just a second. I'm refreshing eligibility so that everybody is eligible that has chatted. And Desolate Oswald. It's going to be named after you. Congrats. It's going to be some interesting planet names. Desolate. Let's just call it Desolate, if you don't mind. Because we'll have Desolate Prime, Desolate Segundus, and Desolate Tertius as planets, which is a hilarious name for planets that we're colonizing. There's something just particularly stupid about that. The ocean world, called Desolate. There is seismic disturbances at Chelsea Prime. Oh, interesting. So there's two options here. Basically, we have detected that there are tremors on this little moon. This is oh yeah, it is a moon. Okay, it's a moon of gas giant. And the tremors are caused by a subterranean species. And we have two choices. We can either establish communications with them or preemptively strike them.
Ledger of situations amended.
So, I can do one of those two things. And I'm going to have to pause because I have to make a choice relatively soon. It only gives me 350 days. And you guys can choose which it is. To note, the established communications is a societal research that takes 16 months to complete, and the preemptive strike is an engineering research that takes 102 months to complete. So the two are not equivalent. One is 5 times harder to do than the other. Why? I don't know, but it just is. I guess nuking a subterranean species is a little difficult without blowing up the planet itself. Only way to Death Star, right? Also, what's particularly curious about this is, and I know it's physically possible, but did anyone notice that Chelsea is a water world? So this is a subterranean species that inhabits a water world that is somehow causing tremors. I think it's causing tsunamis, is what they mean to say. But it looks like you guys want me to establish communications, so I'm gonna queue that up. And thank you for voting. So Chelsea Prime, and what that ends up doing is, oh, is that concurrent? Well, that might be concurrent. Oh, that's cool. Because normally what happens is your societal researcher will stop doing whatever societal research they have queued up, and they will do the option. But it looks like they're doing it at the same time. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Aquatics, the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you were looking for a series that had a bit more tutorial in it, I do have a series on YouTube, How to Play Stellaris, and that one is going to fill you in a lot more on the finer details. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ocean friends.